Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Pure Biology and I am Tapushi, and today I come with another video that is mitochondria, and this is the topic related to cell biology. Okay, and before going to this topic, I want to say thank you to all of you who have already subscribed my channel, and obviously I just say to the newcomers, please support me by subscribing my channel. Okay, and if this is helpful to you, obviously share with your friends. Okay, and let's continue. This is the mitochondria again. One topic that is I want to say that one topic related to cell biology, that is the Golgi complex, that I have already uploaded in my channel, so please do check out that one. Okay, so let's continue. This is the mitochondria. Okay, and here this is the very brief and rough structure of mitochondria. This is the rough structure of mitochondria. Okay, so mitochondria, generally this mitochondria is the plural form and or plural name, and mitochondrion, this is the singular name. Okay, and you can see that this is the mitochondria rough structure. Here these are the intermembrane space. Which one the intermembrane space? This is the intermembrane space. This one is the matrix. This is the inner membrane and this is the outer membrane. And these are the ATP synthase. ATP synthase. Okay. The name of the scientist, that is C. Benda. Okay, C. Benda, who named the actual mitochondria or mitochondrion. This mitochondrion or mitochondria, these are the energy converting organelles. Okay, or you can say not converting, you can say the forming. Clear? Organelles, and that present in eukaryotic cells. Any eukaryotic cells, that means in plant cells and in animal cells. These are called the powerhouse of the cell. Why this is called the powerhouse of the cell? Because actual energy that is produced in the mitochondria of the cell. Okay, and that means that aerobic respiration. The process of aerobic respiration you all know, where the glucose is totally melted by the enzymes to form water, carbon dioxide and energy. And this is possible, the energy, the two part of the respiration, generally you know, one is the glycolysis and another is the Krebs cycle. So glycolysis is the process that is completed within the cytoplasm, and the mitochondria is involved for the completion of the Krebs cycle. Clear? And Krebs cycle is actually the process where the energy ATP is produced. Clear? And this process is totally completed by the aerobic respiration, or this is happening in aerobic respiration. But in case of anaerobic respiration, there is oxygen is not necessary, so that's why here alcohol is produced. In case of animal, the lactic acid is produced, and in case of plant, ethyl alcohol is produced. Okay, and this total respiration process I have already uploaded in my channel, so you just check out the previous videos of my channel. Clear? And here the mitochondria, generally they produce the cellular energy. That's why this is the ATP. That's why these are called the powerhouse. And each mitochondrion is double membranous structure. One is the inner membrane and another is the outer membrane. The outer membrane, that is very smooth. You can see that is very smooth structure. But the inner membrane, this one like that, these are arranging as the convoluted structure. Okay, and you can see the inner membrane as the convoluted structure, and by this convolution, there are some irregular shapes are found, and that's why these are called the cristae. Okay, so this convoluted part of the inner membrane or the structural form, this not similar structure, is a very rough structure that is formed within the mitochondria known as cristae. So the two membranous structure generally form the mitochondrial structure, and there is space between the inner membrane and the outer membrane that is called the matrix. These are called the matrix, and here within the matrix there are some enzymes present. You can see these enzymes are ATP synthase. Clear? This one, these are all the ATP synthase enzymes. And here I have written here this IM means inner membranous structure and OM means outer membranous structure. This inner membrane is impermeable to many solutes due to very high content of phospholipid. This phospholipid is called the cardiolipid. What is saying here? That is, the inner membranous structure is impermeable to every particles, okay, due to presence of cardiolipin. So not every particles that can enter within the inner membranous structure, and the faces of inner membrane are known as matrix site, that is called the N site, okay, and the cytosolic site that is called the P site. Clear? The two faces are there. One is the matrix site, another is the cytosolic site. Matrix site means the site that faces towards the matrix is called the matrix site, and the site that faces towards the cytosol or cytoplasm, this is called the P site. Okay, and IM contains ATP synthase and the enzyme generally known as ATPase or oxysome. Clear? Oxysome. The outer membrane, what is the function of now outer membrane? This protects the organelle and it contains specialized transport proteins. What protein is there? That is called the porine. Clear? This is known as the porine. This porine, due to presence of this porine, generally this help to allow free passage for various molecules. So what is the difference between the inner membrane and the outer membrane? The inner membrane that contains the cardiolipin, that's why it's impermeable to all the particles, but it contains porine, that's why it is very easy, or it allows the every particles to enter within the mitochondria. Clear? That means into the matrix region. Next is that mitochondrial porins or voltage dependent anion selective channel. This is called the VDAC, the short form of voltage dependent anion selective channel, that is the VDAC. This allows the passage of small molecules across the mitochondrial outer membrane. Okay, so one that is present porine and another that is present the voltage dependent anion selective channel. Clear? This helps the entry of every particles through the outer membranous structures of mitochondria. And the matrix, this contains several identical copies of what? dsDNA. This is called the mitochondrial DNA. Clear? And you all know that generally mitochondria has its own DNA and the chloroplast, it has own DNA. Okay, and it is not just similar with the DNA that present within the nucleus. This mitochondrial, okay, then dsDNA, mitochondrial ribosomes also present within the mitochondria, and tRNA is present, various proteins present, okay, and the mitochondrial DNA, that is mostly circular, and the size of this varies in different species. Clear? So mitochondrial matrix that contains the genetic material, that is dsDNA, some ribosomes and tRNAs and various proteins. But dsDNA, generally its shape is circular and it varies, generally its size obviously varies in different species. Okay, so mitochondria is actually its own, that means it can produce itself own within the cell. Okay, and that's why these are called the semi-autonomous organelle. Clear? These are called the semi-autonomous organelle because mitochondria generally by the binary fission it can produce its another organelle. That means another adult mitochondria. Okay, one mitochondria that divides to form two new mitochondria. Okay, sorry, mitochondria. And according to endosymbiotic theory, that and this endosymbiotic theory is proposed by Margulis. He proposed this theory, endosymbiotic theory, and according to him, the mitochondria is supposed to have evolved from endosymbiotic association of photosynthetic bacteria. From where? By the evolution from the bacteria that are obviously photosynthetic bacteria, they produced this mitochondria. Okay. So, mitochondrial inheritance is obviously mitochondrial inheritance is the uniparental. And uniparental, why? Because in the higher organisms only female transfers the mitochondrial genetic material from its to the zygote. Clear? But in the lower eukaryotes, both parents contributes equal amount to the zygote. So the summary is that what? Summary is that in mitochondria there are the two membranous structure. One is the outer, another is the inner, and between this there is a matrix. And the outer that contains porins which generally help to entry of different particles within the mitochondria. But there in the inner membranous structure some cardiolipin is present, and that prevents or that helps the inner membranous structure impermeable to, not impartial, impermeable to every particles. And the matrix contains what? Some ribosomes, genetic material, and tRNAs and protein. So if all the things that are not similar to the nucleus, everything present within the mitochondria, that's why mitochondria produce itself autonomously or semi-autonomously. Obviously semi-autonomously. And generally when the zygote formed, the mitochondria that is transferred from the female gamete to the zygote in the higher organisms. Okay, so in that situation mitochondrial inheritance is uniparental. We can say uniparental, but in lower cases the same or equal amount of mitochondria that transferred to the zygote. And obviously another thing is that the photosynthetic bacteria are responsible for the production of mitochondria during evolution. So this is actually the structure of the mitochondria. Very briefly I explained here. Okay, I think you all totally understood about this. Clear? So in the next part I will try to describe about the evidences to support the endosymbiotic theory. So please you continue with